This is Aunties and Mimosas. Aunties and Mimosas. If you come in a little closer, you'll see we live life like we're supposed to. So come on in and join the fun.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Aunties and Mimosas. I'm your girl, Dr. Shar.
And I'm your girl, Miss Lady.
Y'all, we got some guests with us today.
Yeah, we got two new aunties today.
Two new aunties. We got Auntie Jazz and Auntie Teigen. Welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, ladies, for coming on.
Yes. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our drink of the week, the favorite thing.
Because you know we love a drink of the week.
Yes, we do.
All right, so the drink of the week, of course, is Easter themed since Easter is tomorrow. So we have a jelly burst mimosa. So we have 2 ounces of berry vodka, of course, the Prosecco, blue curacao, Sprite, and we garnish with jelly beans and Peeps.
Hey.
So we gonna see how this tastes today, and I hope it tastes good.
Y'all.
We ain't tasty.
It might be real sweet.
It might be real sweet. That's what I'm scared of this week.
Well, let's ring our bell.
Wait, we gotta ring the bell.
Come on, Auntie Teigen.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
you can turn it off too.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody.
All right,
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers in the air.
All right.
Oh, that actually tastes good, but it's a little.
Oh, that is
That's
good.
local.
good. That's gonna get you right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's local.
That'll sneak up on you real good.
That's good though. It's real sweet.
Sip slow.
I like
I'm
sweet.
gonna have to.
Yeah, like that.
Because that's local.
It's all right.
Woo wee.
That'll do it.
That's a good one though. That's a good one. That's a lot of local.
I added extra vodka.
I did. I was like, I added.
made the drinks. Then she added extra vodka. So
While she wasn't looking, I was like, oh, let's pour a little bit my way.
she cheating, and I ain't even been drinking.
Oh, me
So
either.
I've been doing
friend.
good on limiting the liquor all 2025. So
I ain't been
trying to set me
either.
up.
Hey, it's Saturday.
That's true.
It is.
Anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into our icebreakers. So this week, we're going to do a little something different. It's called the egg game. So each person has a golden egg, and there's something inside your egg that you have to read. So
Okay.
who wants to start?
Who want to start?
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just open it?
Yep, just
Okay.
open it and read it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Would you rather have a personal maid or a personal chef?
Which one?
I'm going to go with that chef because I don't be wanting. No, I'm going to go with the maid because I'll clean up. I mean, I'll cook.
Cook yourself.
But I don't be wanting to clean up all the time.
And I'll pick the chef. I'm the opposite because I feel like people be digging through your stuff when they go in to clean up.
Yeah.
But you could just stay in their kitchen and cook.
That's true.
And go home.
That is
And
true.
like carry
I agree.
on.
But they could put stuff in your food.
This is true. There's multiple ways you can get got.
Yeah.
You can get
What's
got.
the list,
could.
Ritz? Right. Right.
What would you do, Auntie Jazz?
Probably the chef.
The chef.
Yeah, I love to cook, but if somebody else wants to do that, I will be happy to pay them to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deciding a meal every day is crazy.
Yeah.
And Auntie Teigen?
I would do the chef. I think that'll take a load off. I don't feel like cooking every day. And I don't want to meal prep on the weekends either. So if I'm trying to hit my fitness goals, all I got to do is tell the chef, hey, need to be under this many calories.
Yeah.
So go ahead
That's
and
somebody else's
for me.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Make it good, but there's don't be this many calories.
Exactly.
Okay.
Thank you, please.
I get it. Okay. Auntie Teigen, you want to go next?
Okay.
It's a surprise in the golden egg.
Yeah, not you laughing. Wait,
You know, I always got to throw a little curveball in there.
Not you laughing already. Come on, pull it up.
Okay.
Would you rather have a third nipple or an extra toe?
Okay.
Third nipple.
terrible.
A third nipple or
an
extra
extra
toe.
toe.
You know, I always got to throw a curveball in there. I didn't know you was going to get it, though.
I'll take the extra toe.
The extra toe?
Yeah, it might, equal me out a little bit or throw my equilibrium off. I don't know, but
Okay.
an extra toe, I feel like is better than an extra nipple because that may be an unpleasant surprise if somebody, it's
Surprise!
Right? Where is the extra nipple?
That's what I was finna say. I'm gonna take the extra nipple because depending on where it's at.
What would it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
What if it grew on your nose?
Oh my nose.
An extra nipple at the tip of your nose.
I'm gonna take it off. Yeah,
That's
getting
taken
removed.
off. Or what if it grow on your arm right here? And you could just be like, I'm
You
cold.
didn't specify.
What if you get a nipple ring on it? That would
That'd be cool. Little decor.
yeah, very much a statement.
I like it. I like it.
That's funny.
Let's see. Me, what do I do? Extra toe, because I can hide a toe.
That's how I feel. I'm gonna have to go with the toe.
Everybody are going against me. That's okay though. I'm gonna be the weird one.
She picked nipple.
No, I picked toe.
You picked toe?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought
That was her out.
oh yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Hey, that's
Yeah, you
okay.
on your own. You know you're a little special.
I'm a little special. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
All right, let me go. Let me go. Oh Lord, I don't know what's in here.
You,
Come on.
you never know.
Oh, would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life? Rewind.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Rewind. I can answer that easy. I don't want to pause nothing, but rewind it and I'm going to redo it.
Okay. I think I would do the pause because I'd be like, I don't like that. Let me just stop it and like
Move over to something
move over
different.
to the next thing, or just pause this part and just kind of parlay, you know. So I think that's what I would do. Pause. What did you do?
I'm gonna have to do the rewind because if I rewind, I'm able to go back and fix so many problems.
So much.
My life would look different if I could rewind.
If I could rewind,
What?
yeah.
But you would never know, like, if you rewind it and you change it, then you don't know what the outcome gonna be. So
Well,
like,
some things I would change, I know for sure would be good outcomes. Like I would have got in on Bitcoin when it was cheap.
That part.
I would be rich right now.
yeah.
What?
Yeah, but
can
back
see
in 2012, 2013, they were all pushing Bitcoin. I was still working in retail branches then. And then I'm like, no, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. And
now
then
look
all the
at you.
people who actually invested in it have made so much money. So it's like,
Sitting real nice right now.
yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
What about you, Jazz?
I think I would pause. I'm kind of impulsive, so I'd be making decisions, without thinking them through.
Thinking it through it, yeah.
So I'd probably
That's
pause.
good. Okay.
Because, my theory, with rewinding, no matter how much you rewind stuff, it's probably going to happen inevitably. It's supposed to happen. And so I'm like, okay, I can at least pause and think this through right now
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then make the decisions.
You know how like on the sitcoms where they be like, pause.
Right.
Yes,
Yep,
yes.
it's like
I can
that.
You showing your age, friend.
Hey,
You gonna be
that was Saved by the Bell.
Say my bill.
Sorry.
Good show. Good show.
All right, y'all. So I guess I got the last one. Let's see what we got. Okay. Would you rather see someone see all of your photos in your phone or read all your text messages?
Hallelujah. None of them.
I'm gonna need you to see them text messages because
But some of the text messages got the photos.
photos too.
My.
And some of them got little videos in there too.
Oh Jesus,
text.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the text.
Yeah, you can see my text.
Yeah, because I can delete them pictures off that text.
Or put them in your hidden album.
Also true.
Yeah. Shall do.
I'm gonna have to go
hidden
with the
album.
photos because
No
those
photos.
text messages,
Because
I talk a lot of trash.
I'll be fighting every day.
A lot of people will look at me different, so I'm gonna go with the photos.
Because they gotta figure out what them photos mean.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, with the
No, me on the other hand, I can't do the photos. I can't do the photos.
I'd be safer with photos though. My photos ain't that bad.
Yeah, mine either.
I got all kind of stuff in my phone.
But them text messages, my Lord.
I think text messages for me because you can kind of get to know me. I'm a little reckless at the mouth, but I'm like I don't care. So.
reckless. You don't seem like it. Just
I have to get to that point.
Don't let these glasses fool you.
let me get a couple more sips of this drink.
You just gotta take me there though. But
Okay. Okay. Well, ladies, let's go ahead and thank y'all for enjoying our game.
Yes, that was fun.
It was a good one. It was a good one. It was a good one. It was a good one.
Y'all, last time we had a game, it was not the truth.
Uh-oh.
Not the truth. Anyways.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
The game.
It didn't work. Well, one of our listeners had sent it and it didn't work. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's go ahead and jump on down into Get Your Bag.
I'm going to wet my whistle before that.
Okay. With that whistle, girl.
So to get in your bag this week is just about recirculating the black dollars. So there was a 2023 research that stated a project study on the racial wealth gap calculates that a dollar circulates only 6 hours in the black community, 20 days in the Jewish community, and 30 days in the Asian community.
Wow.
So, as y'all know, everything that's been going on with this new administration and the fact that we are boycotting Target. I don't know if y'all are participating, but I definitely am. So, boycotting Target and Sam's Club. I didn't go to Walmart anyway, so that didn't matter. The reason why I picked this topic is because it's like just trying to give us motivation on choosing wisely where our money goes. So you know that our money makes an impact. No matter what we spend, everybody wants the black dollar. They always catering to us, trying to make their marketing games pull us in, things like that. It's even been some people on TikTok that are with the Target is trying to market back to black people. Back in.
Yeah, I've seen
So I don't know
that.
if y'all seen that. So basically what I wanted to mention is that choose wisely when you are spending your money. Make sure that you are spending it with people who appreciate you because you worked hard for that dollar. So give it to somebody who's going to appreciate your dollar.
Right.
Plus, if you spend it with small business owners, especially black-owned small businesses, you're really helping them take care of their family. Like you literally helping them send their kids to school or pay for their rent directly. You're not paying a multimillionaire rent, you know? So
I agree with that.
that's why that was my get in your bag topic this week.
Okay. And then I think also this weekend was they had something where they had a lot of black owned businesses in big cities like Dallas, Chicago, Houston. They were doing the Buy Black weekend. So that was this weekend too. So.
And some people can't do it all the time. So what I actually saw a couple people on Facebook mentioning, because if you live like in rural areas, you may not have as many options as us that live in the big cities. So you can like pick a specific day. On Saturday, take my family to all black stuff. And I'm only going to spend my money in these black businesses. So like even the small things help.
Yeah. But
you can start anywhere. Yeah.
I got a question. Don't hurt me. Y'all don't hurt me.
No shit.
Why do black
Safe
people
space.
stuff got to be so expensive?
Ooh. So I was going to touch on that.
Go ahead.
I feel like, yes, it is important for us to circulate our black dollars with the black community, right? But it is a two-parter to that,
It's
right?
a partnership.
Yeah, it has to be a partnership because you have on one end, if I'm willing to come to you and spend my time and spend my dollars with you, I'm expecting a certain level of customer service.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a certain value for the product that I'm receiving or the service that I'm receiving. So oftentimes we run into an issue, and I know me and my friends, we talk about this all of the time. We run into an issue where I do want to support this black business, but the product might be extremely high, right? Let's just say we're talking t-shirts for an example. Okay, if I can go to Walmart and get a t-shirt for $10, but I come over to you and I want to support you and your t-shirt is $30, that's a problem for me because although I want to support you,
It's not in your budget.
It may not be in my budget, or I'm taking away, basically, taking food out of my family's mouth to support you. And then you have the issue with the customer service. If it's not a product-based business, then you have a service-based business. We try to support black restaurants.
Yeah,
we go
that's
in,
a problem.
we're not greeted properly. The hostess or the cashier may have an attitude. It makes you not want to come back, or you may be displaying something on your menu at one price, but then you ring it up,
Yeah,
it's an entirely
something
different
different.
price.
Yeah.
Those type of things causes problems.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huge problems.
And causes unsatisfied customers, and you're not going to get repeat business.
Absolutely.
So I see that my issue is more than the cost of the product. For me personally, is the customer service.
Oh yeah.
That
Because
part, that's a big thing.
The person that we ordered the cakes from, the luxury cakes, that's why I'm like, her cakes is luxury because that Chanel cake was like $275.
Yeah. And you can't just, it's a luxury.
It's a luxury item, but you know that's what you're spending it on. And it was so delicious. It wasn't a crumb of cake left. So the dollars was worth it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
a tall cake.
Sounds
I think
good.
you have to consider too, like the with small businesses, you have to think about like their supplies.
Yeah, they can't buy in bulk
versus
as
they
much
cannot.
as a mega store.
Right. And then most of these mega stores, like they have manufacturers, you know, they have that set in stone already. Which, like, as far as cost, like I'm not really like super concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the customer service aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, do I have rapport with you? Like, or have we, you know, really got a chance to talk to each other? And that's kind of what makes me want to buy into more Black businesses more so than cost, because, you know, I like to shop. So.
Yeah.
And if you got some good products and if you have, you know, great customer service and you're kind,
Then it changes
friendly,
things.
Yeah, I'm willing to, you know, shell out the dollars. for that.
Yeah, I know, like, just going to a lot of restaurants here in Dallas, like, if it's a Black-owned restaurant, I'm like,
The restaurant scene is a little crazy.
Yes, it
They
is.
can't keep it open, first of all. Second of all, the waitresses or waiters are super rude, or they don't come back, and like the customer service is just not there. And anybody that know me, if you don't tell me your name when you come up to the table,
That's one of her ticklers right there.
$5 deductible. Like, I'm
we
just
all
taking
need
it
to,
all.
you know, especially, I mean, I've never really worked in the
Service industry.
Like I've been in retail. So I'm like retail minded, trained. But as far as like customer service, there needs to be some sort of like boot camp or like
training,
like
onboarding.
real
It should be a part of
hardcore
onboarding.
training.
People don't care nowadays, though.
But that's the problem. If you want to stay in business, you have to change with the times. And if your future customers are saying, I would like an enjoyable experience. And what that looks like for me is to get the value in what I paid for and to have a positive experience, then you should implement that into your business structure, or you're going to be yet another restaurant going out of business.
It's all about longevity.
Yeah, because the culture that we have right now is personalization and the experience. Everybody want everything personalized, and they want to have an experience they could talk about and take pictures.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Well, Aunties and Mimosa does that. All right, ladies. Well, we're going to move on to our Get Your Health. So April is Stress Awareness Month.
I'm stressed right now. I'm sorry.
We like to bring attention to the negative impacts of stress. The most common explanation is physical, mental, and emotional strain or tension. Stress is a reaction of situations where a person feels anxious or threatened. Learning healthy ways to cope is getting proper care and support to help reduce stressful feelings and symptoms. Some common symptoms are disbelief, shock, numbness, feeling sad, frustrated, helpless, difficulty in concentrating and making decisions, headaches, back pain, stomach problems, smoking, and use of alcohol or drugs. So there's some things that, are stressful. Work. They didn't put that one on there because, baby, work is very, very stressful. People have microaggressions.
Because microaggressions are real since Trump is in office.
Look.
I just want to put that out there.
And it seems like with this 2025 year starting, the microaggressions have just been like
real blatant.
In your face. Like, oh my God. So
and then it's a lot of companies and things like that. They're trying to sweep stuff under the rug,
they do.
just to save face, but they want to be they don't want to be accountable until you bring a lawyer.
Baby, I'm Sue happy this year.
That.
Call me Sue, Shark Sue, because baby, I'm Sue happy to let the wrong person do something. What?
I got my lawyer on speak.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
ASAP.
So make sure y'all are taking those vacations. Use
Mental
your
health days.
Use your PTO.
Use
if you
that
got it,
PTO.
Use it.
I did
'Cause
that
at my company,
2 weeks ago.
Me too.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, I did.
I just chilled. I was like, I'm taking 2 days off.
I went on a
I'm not doing anything.
Sometimes you need that.
Cruise. Yes.
Ooh.
So, baby, take those PTO days. If you like at my company, if you don't use it, you lose it. Take those days. That is money that you have earned. Take those days. I don't care if there's one person there.
That's not my problem. That's not my
Take
that's
those
not my
days.
problem.
Because baby, my meter is like up to here.
I'm trying to reset mine, friend. You already know what I went through last week.
Baby.
I'm trying to reset it.
You know what I'm going through. I'm going
Every day.
through it for a while.
For some months. Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's time to go. So just make sure y'all are de-stressing every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take that time for yourself, because when you gone, they're going to have
They're gonna
somebody
replace you so
ready
quick.
Real quick.
the next day. So just use your stress
Yeah.
level. You know, manage your stress. All right, y'all. We done got down to the main topic. Is y'all ready?
we gonna talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
We're going to talk about some
Main
real good
topic
stuff.
is, of course, dating.
Oh, yes. I figured y'all would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Fun.
I figured y'all had opinions on dating.
Oh, girl, I got
Yes.
My
stories.
God, today.
I didn't know if y'all...
Take a sip on that.
Get that. Look, we need that sip.
Yeah.
I need a sip.
But before we dive in, we wanted to get to know a little bit more about each of you. So if Auntie T, you want to start us and tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm sure. Let's see. I have been in Texas for over a decade now.
Okay.
I'm a true Southerner. I'm from Alabama.
Okay,
right,
Southern
Yes,
Belle.
yes,
Let's
yes,
go.
yes.
What part of Alabama?
Birmingham. Yes, Birmingham.
There with Ricky Smiley.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Been here for a while. I did been dabbling into some of everything. I am into real estate, financial literacy, kicking off my financial literacy business, and do a little engineering as well. Single, no kids,
Hey.
never been married, been engaged, since we're talking about dating, but never married. Yeah, and I think I'm just, where am I in life right now? I'm just in a space where I am trying to find my happiness.
Understood.
I feel like the world we're in right now is just so crazy.
Girl, everything about it.
And I am just trying to stay sane and also just find my little bit of peace and happiness in the midst of it. So,
Hey, okay.
That's
All
real.
right.
Yeah.
That's Auntie Teigen for y'all. All right, Auntie Jazz, what we got?
Oh, yes. Hey, y'all. My name is Jasmine, and I am a Dallas native, born in Oak Cliff.
Okay.
Oak Cliff?
That's
That's
my
my hood. I'm sorry.
No, I can keep going.
I'm a little hood too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Been here pretty much my whole life, but lived in Houston for a little bit for school.
Okay.
So real Texan. I do plus size influencing, and I am now transitioning into fashion design. So
Oh, I love it.
yeah, y'all
Fashion.
going for that dream.
I love it.
Yes. So hopefully y'all will see more.
We gonna see it.
Oh yes.
We gonna see
Yeah,
it.
y'all see more, styles for me and whatnot. So that's one of my biggest passions. Main dream, is to design, especially for plus size women, my curvy girls. So I really want to put on for y'all.
Yeah, we deserve
Thank you,
fashion
please.
too.
We need it.
do.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
And the big booby girls.
Yeah, because that'd be my problem for real.
That is
Because I'd be
definitely
like,
my problem.
this dress so cute. Them titties not gonna fit enough.
Put it right here.
hate that.
Tape them up.
They want to put them little cup. What is this
Oh,
cup
I
gonna
hate
cost?
that.
Out of here.
I
I
take all
hate
my
that.
cups out.
I will throw it at
I don't
somebody
even-
at this point.
I hate
Wrap it
that.
around my neck
Yeah.
because this ain't gonna do nothing.
No, I don't do cups.
Oh, but you mentioned that you were a fashion influencer. So how do you feel about China spilling all them fashion industry secrets?
Come on,
I
China.
feel like they've been sitting on that.
I know they wanted. He lit that fire. They
Yes,
let it
they've been waiting on that.
Yes, they have.
Yes, they have.
I think with the fashion industry, it's just been shifting anyway. And it's more so, it's not as exclusive, as we're wanting or as they're wanting it to be. So I think right now, with these secrets and whatnot coming out about where designer items are made and whatnot, consumers like us, we have more knowledge of where we want to spend our money now. And so I think right now what businesses maybe need to focus on is really retaining the customers that they already have right
Yeah.
now.
Because this is not a growth market.
So no, it's not.
Well,
you need
I
to keep who
didn't-
you got.
And I didn't know that Coach and Michael Kors had a factory down in Mexico. Didn't know that.
Didn't know that.
Found
I
that
didn't know
out
that.
when I went on a cruise. I was like, oh, okay.
That's not. I mean, I'm not surprised.
I didn't know.
They like. I know that companies like to outsource to countries that are considered quote unquote third world because they don't have to provide them with like healthcare benefits and stuff like that.
And they can get it done faster because they got all the people there.
They get it done faster because they don't have a limit on how they don't have Department of Labor. So that 40-hour work week and that overtime pay, it don't exist.
There's no regulation or anything like that.
If they wanted them to work 80 hours in 1 week,
Baby,
they
I'm not finna do it.
They
Y'all
gonna
find
work
somebody else.
Yeah,
That's
they
insane.
had them people working 15-hour shifts. I
80
know y'all seen the one. What was the company? I think it was Boohoo in London. They had the people sleeping in the factory.
Sleep.
Yeah, they had.
They had a little cot and everything.
They couldn't go home. They were
crazy.
sleeping in the factories because
they got kids at the house.
in London? Because they're a London-based company. Yeah.
and the factory was in London, hidden, ducked off.
Oh, wow.
And they had the people sleeping in the factory.
Oh, no.
That was a couple years ago.
Maybe they
I have a
was paying
friend that
them
lived
real
in London,
good.
and he told me about it, and that's why I was
they
look
paying
into
them
that.
real good.
now sure. Go. I'm just saying. I'm gonna say what mid name. You always did. I'm just saying. No, ma'am, Pam. Was they paying them? Absolutely not.
I was staying there. I would have been like, let me out.
Maybe that's a sleepover. That is not a sweatshop.
So,
She
but
had a sleepover.
I digress. Anyway.
Okay.
So moving forward, as a group of ladies here, what do you guys think about that women that went to space?
Did y'all
Y'all
see
seen
it?
I just saw like a clip of it, and I just want to know why.
Oh, that's my question too. What's the point?
What was the purpose?
For 11 minutes?
Who are the?
But
why
they
are
didn't
these
even go to
people?
space. It was like the edge.
What is it, the stratosphere?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Because they didn't even have on like the proper gear.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then they
had
were
nothing
saying
on.
that the I saw a little video. They were saying that the pod was supposed to be completely sealed from the outside.
And then,
and they
somebody
opened it from the inside.
yeah, y'all seen that?
First of all, who let Gail old ass go up there? She was not.
It was such a hodgepodge of random people.
Gail and Katy Perry.
What do they have in common?
Why did she have this flower?
Did anybody say like what's the purpose of this? Like what's the reasoning?
No,
I think it was just for fun.
they was just going up
No,
there.
I feel like it was a distraction.
It was from
what?
They wanted the
From
media to
something.
be focused on that so they could do something. I don't know
Yeah.
what they do.
And pass some
But let me
random
tell you,
ass
yeah.
laws or something like
Yeah.
that.
Elon Musk was in there. It's crooked.
Elon Musk was a part of it because I thought it was Jeff Bezos.
No, Jeff Bezos.
because
Sorry,
his
my bad.
fiance wife thing was on there.
That's what it was. Jeff Bezos. The
So
one
he was in
girls
the
trip.
pod?
No, he
his-
unlocked the pod. His girlfriend or
After
whoever
somebody
was.
opened the door.
Yeah.
After
He was in it.
opened the door.
Yeah. He was his girlfriend, fiance, whoever was inside the pod. So that's why I'm like,
But my thing is like, that's a slap in the face to the astronauts because. But no. Let me back up. William Shatner went on the same thing about in 2021, and he went on the same like little whatever they did, and he came back saying like, "Oh, this is crazy because we spending all this money to go up here, and there's people that are hungry. There's people that
I agree.
need stuff." So he was like really, really upset. So they done did it again.
And they still won't
Didn't
tell
they
us
have
why.
to pay though? I think they had.
What they paid?
I don't know. I saw somewhere where they had to pay. Like it was like
Well, I don't even give me that money. Or
hundreds of thousands.
Gail's best friend is Oprah. Oprah was like, friend, you want that for your birthday?
First
She was
of
like,
all,
yeah.
And
go
she didn't
ahead,
even
go.
look happy
Oprah
to
is
be there.
canceled. Don't nobody care about Oprah no more.
Don't nobody care about Oprah, but Oprah's still a billionaire.
Oprah, if you see this,
That money long.
I don't think she cares that we don't care.
You know what I'm saying? Money so long, she don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
okay.
about
Did
that.
you guys see about the Dallas shooting over at Wilma Hutchins? I know you're an Oak Cliff native.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Well, she said.
I saw a little bit of it. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's a lot going on.
So, from reading it, I guess there was a dice game that was going on.
At the high school?
Yeah, and the little boy who came in, he came in from the side door, so he had a gun. A student let him in, and so he came in, and I guess the dice game got out of control, and homeboy was like, "Pow, pow, you finna go," but he didn't kill nobody. But
They ain't shoot dice at my high school, so I
they
don't
ain't shoot dice at
understand.
my high school
Yeah.
either. Yeah, I don't get that. Like, but they was all like 17, 18. Now he turned himself in,
I
and
saw.
so now he finna go to jail.
Was he in high school as well?
I don't know. They didn't say. But he was 17, so maybe not.
Maybe
He went to a
Minor.
different high school.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But and then I know that there was like a upcoming Dallas rapper, a drill rapper. I don't know what that is.
Just like
they killed. They
like really fast.
What's that dude
rap.
that was from Chicago?
Oh, Chief Keef.
Yeah, not
From
him.
Chicago?
The one
That's
that
the only one
he's
I
drill
know.
rapper.
You
The
talking
one
about? I'm looking at his face right now. Vaughn, King Vaughn.
King Von.
Yeah.
drill
But
rap.
don't Chief Keef do drill
I don't know,
rap?
but I just know
No.
him. That's the
I know
only one
Chief
that
Keef
I
from
can.
that. Ain't Chief Keef
It's
from
like a
from
really
Chicago?
fast-paced rap. Like,
Oh,
And
okay.
But they always talk about murder.
they do.
Oh, well,
That's what it is.
I mean, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So that's all I'm
do be
saying.
talking
The person that got shot was a drill rapper.
No, well, one of them that did get shot. Yeah, he was a drill rapper. Yeah.
Okay.
He
Is
was
this the guy that killed at the gas station or something?
the gas station.
think
Who got
Jordan
killed at the
was
gas station?
There's too much going on.
With his kids? Some
Oh,
rapper
no,
got.
that's Lil
that-
Ronnie.
That was in
Oh.
Fort Worth.
That's Lil
Yeah.
Ronnie. Throw
know
that
nothing about
ass in the
that.
circle.
That's not that.
Oh,
Lil
that's
Ronnie.
him.
Oh, that's
No.
No, that is the wrong.
Is he a
Lil
singer?
Ronnie.
I am weak.
Ronnie.
That is the wrong Lil Ronnie.
My bad.
That Lil Ronnie from
My
Throw That
bad.
Ass in the Circle from Dallas.
Oh, my bad. Well, I mean, he from Texas.
There's a little Ronnie, or no? Maybe I'm thinking.
There's
of
I don't know, but I didn't know none of the other dude's songs from Fort Worth because he
I
way
thought that
younger
was
than
him.
us.
Well, you know what? On the way home one day, because I where I live at, they have like a whole bunch of, there's a funeral home like maybe 5 miles down the road, and it was his daughter's little processional. The mama was hanging outside the limo, like recording all the people. And the only reason why I knew, because it was a hot pink limo and it had her picture on the
of rap.
front. I
Oh,
was like, why would y'all do that? That's so ghetto. But
a little distasteful.
let people grieve in their own way. People gotta
It's
grieve.
creative, but
People gotta grieve. I ain't gonna judge
Yeah.
about how they grieve. She lost her child. There's people out here that can't
I'm
have
not
kids
finna
that
spend
want
no money
kids.
on
I
all
ain't
that,
gonna.
though. I ain't finna spend my money on all that though. I'm sorry.
that's
But anyways, to each his own.
Yes.
To each his own. But y'all be safe in these streets, because folks
Please.
is just killing folks.
And bullets ain't got no name on it.
ain't no name. Shoo. That's how they sound.
Yeah.
That's how they sound.
So anyway, so just to confirm, we're all 30s, right? Yeah. Everybody in their 30s. Okay.
I'm almost 40,
I wasn't gonna specify.
but I'm almost 40.
Okay.
I'm gonna be fine in my 40s. That's
All
what
right.
Sweetie said.
Absolutely.
That's what Sweetie said.
And that's on period.
I love Sweetie.
Me too.
I love
Same.
her. I
Same.
love her.
I'm a big Sweetie fan.
I love her.
Let's go.
Yes.
Shout out to Big Sweetie.
He gave her a new name.
Big sweetie.
That's my girl. That's my girl. I love me some Sweetie. Don't nobody give her props. But Sweetie is
She's a cool person.
she, you know,
It seemed like she'll be a vibe to hang
we
with though.
friends
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah.
Because she on that rich, rich tivities type
Yes.
stuff.
Oh, that's one of
and
my faves
me
by her.
Me too. You know,
I'm trying to get to that point.
I'm rich in my head. I'm gonna be there one day.
And in real life too, just
Yeah,
speaking.
Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, is she rich?
So the reason why you good, you good. I know this that extra liquor you throwed up in there. That's why.
It's the drink.
So the reason why I asked that question is because I want to see if all the ladies are having similar experiences with that. So I know you mentioned Auntie Teigen that you've been engaged. Same. Has everybody here been engaged before? Okay. So 3 out of the 4. Why did the engagement fail?
Ooh, I can tell you. Go ahead.
Wait, you gonna tell me next?
No.
We're gonna start with her.
Yeah, we gonna-
That's what I'm saying.
Why did my engagement fail? One, I called the engagement off. I was young. The person that I was with, we weren't equally yoked.
Understandable.
We were not equally
Absolutely.
yoked. How can I put this in a nutshell? When I sat and really evaluated if this was a person that I wanted to tie myself to, essentially for the rest of my life,
That's
because
it.
marriage is supposed to be
Yeah,
forever.
Absolutely.
I could not confidently say yes. There were a lot of things that I was not getting from him. My needs weren't being met by being with this person.
Understood.
I was comfortable with this person. They were familiar, right?
Safe space.
Yeah, they were a safe space. Especially I met them close to when I had just moved here. I moved here alone. I didn't have friends. I didn't have family.
Makes
So it was just me. So, this was the closest thing I had, when I
To
first,
family. Yeah.
when I first moved here. And so I knew that if I married this person, I would not be happy.
You was gonna regret it.
I knew that it was probably going to end in divorce. Am I happy? I needed to be happy. I wanted to be happy, and I knew I would not be happy with this person. They weren't giving me what I needed. The future just wasn't bright for us, and I just had to make a tough decision, and it really it was really tough. Like, I would never forget calling my best friend in the closet. I am crying, bawling, I am breaking down in tears, because I've come to the realization that I have to call this wedding off. My friends had their dresses. I had my dress. We had the venue. I had sent out to save the dates.
Oh, baby, she was ready.
Yeah, I was planning on marrying this man. And my mom was calling constantly. She's like, hey, everybody's calling me because they need to know where they need to book the hotel. Like, what am I supposed to tell these people? I'm just like, okay, well, just give me a little bit more time to figure it out. And it was just like the pressure just was on. And I'll never forget, I was contemplating. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was on the phone with my brother. And we was talking. And he was like, all right, I'll have to call you back. I got to go get some things taken care of for me and my wife. I was like, okay. I hung up the phone and I looked at my fiance, who was...
Not go hang up the phone to go get stuff taken care of for him and his wife.
Exactly.
That was your next time.
And you was like, you know what? Nigga, fuck you.
This is not the type of man that I am accustomed to. My dad was...
They made it happen.
Standard. Yeah, and I'm like, and do you really want to do this? And I never forget my best friend telling me that you have to marry for more than just love.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, you may love him, but what are you benefiting out of this? And at the time, I'm just like, I can't really see what she's talking about. I love him. I want to be with him.
Love ain't enough.
It's not enough. And that situation taught me that. So I called it off because we just weren't equally yoked in a lot of areas in our life. And I knew that if I moved forward with the marriage, I would end up divorced, unhappy.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
You made the right decision.
I agree.
You really did.
I understand.
It was so tough, though. It was so tough. And I felt like I would never get over it. And that situation was my first introduction to therapy because I was just down so bad.
That will tear you down.
Yeah.
That will. And then you had so many eyes watching.
Yeah.
So for most Black women, unfortunately, we always have this standard that everybody expects us to be so strong and be able to shoulder anything and always put other people's feelings before our own. So the fact that you stood up for yourself, everybody else who's on the outside looking in, they probably looked at you and couldn't say it, but they wish they were as strong as you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I commend you for that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And I would like to say I probably would not have been able to make that decision without my village. I am a huge proponent of having a solid group of friends.
Yeah.
Like
You have to.
my best friend has been there through the ups and the downs. And I don't think I would have made that decision really without my support system. I just wouldn't have been able to make it. So when I did call that off, my support system was the ones wiping the tears.
They had your back.
Had your back. Yeah.
Absolutely.
They was right there.
That's good.
Right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Kudos.
Clock that T. Best friend. Clock that
We love a good best friend now. We love a good best friend.
Okay.
I would say for me, I was in a relationship for a very, very long time. And we grew apart, I would say. I never, badmouth him. We did go through our ups and downs and everything, but we grew apart. We wanted different things in life. And so at the time I was young, but it wasn't going, the way that I wanted to go. So we separated. There was some things that I don't care to share, but there were some things that was really, really bad. So I didn't want to live my life like that because who knows, I wouldn't even be here, right now.
Right.
So we grew apart.
Yeah.
And,
Did you
what it
keep
is.
pushing out the engagement? There's those people who
No.
won't never pick a date.
No, I gave the ring back immediately. Immediately. I was like, here you go. You can have that back. I don't need that.
Oh man,
Like, yeah.
you gave the ring. I kept mine.
Did you get it at Craig's?
I ain't want. I already had something from it. So.
Oh, okay.
I already had something from the relationship.
Gotcha.
So, I didn't want none of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, it's fun because
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Did you have like a certain moment where you was like, all right, I can't do this. I got to. Or was
Yes.
it okay?
Yes. There was a big moment, and I was like, I don't want myself to grow up like this, or live like this. I don't want my child to live like this. Like I just can't do this. So
Okay.
yeah,
Too
it
hectic.
was way too. It was too much.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much. So I had to let it go. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm waiting on the next one. So, sir, hurry up.
That was my question. I'm like, do you want to?
I do. I want to be married again, but I don't want any more children.
Okay.
Yes, I have one child now. She'll be 14 next month. So I do not want any more. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, that is enough for me. She is enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me say it again. Enough. Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
it,
that's
that's all.
that's my best friend. Like, I love her too much. Love her to death, but I don't want no more kids. Now, if he comes with some kids, they got to be 5 and older. But that's about it.
Mine is 6 and older.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got 6 and older. Yeah.
6
5
and
is
older.
cool with me because they start in kindergarten. We cool.
They should be potty trained by 5.
Who ain't potty trained? I will.
There are people
No,
who are
ma'am.
still breastfeeding their children at 5 years old.
Ma'am, I will kick you in your throat.
God.
So it is
Okay.
time.
You got to be real specific.
It is
these days.
time.
Now that you mention
It is time.
You might have that man, but you don't know what kind of woman he had and
That's
what
true.
she
where he
allowed.
coming
That's
from.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Where he might be bringing a kid with excess baggage.
But I ain't trying to be their mama. That's the thing.
But that's
you
the
send her
point.
right
You
on
don't
back to your
have
mama.
be, though.
Send her right back to your
If
mama.
you accept their father, you have to accept the child, and you're gonna have a mothering role
Yeah.
in that child's
I
life.
didn't say I wasn't going to accept the child.
But you have a mothering role.
I know. I'm the stepmom. I'm the plus mom. His real mom needs to be doing real stuff. Not
Yes.
me. I'm
I
just
come from
helping
a
out.
blended family, so that is very much like
I'm just
it's
helping
touch
out.
and go. It's on a case by case.
It's like, but you need to. I feel like you should be able to stand in the gap
You can.
for when that
Yes.
other parent isn't available.
You can.
Shout out to my stepmom because she definitely do be stepping in the gap.
See,
You can, but like I feel like some women are like, that's my child. You can't do this. You can't do that, ma'am. I'm not trying to do none of that.
Understood.
Like
Communication does come in like handy for that. And I only say that because I literally living that right now. Like I live with my dad and stepmom, moved back home.
Yeah,
You know.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong.
Saving money and whatnot, but a blended family, like you really have to figure out that dynamic because it can get really crazy. And at one point it was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, literally.
But we eventually like got over that hump and now we're all like really close and really, tight knit. And so I would not trade my blended family for anything.
Yeah.
So my stepmom definitely like has stepped in
When she
numerous
needed to.
times and did not need to do that. So I just have to say that because it does kind of matter. Like if you do, marry him or get with a man, marry a man with a child from a previous relationship, you have to in a way accept them
yeah.
and accept, what they got going on and what the ex mom, has going on and whatnot. Like you have to be ready for that.
Definitely.
And if you're not ready for that, like maybe we need to reconsider, what it is that you're wanting from this man.
Yep. I already got mine in place. I'm ready because I already know. Like I have a kid, and with my daughter's dad, like when he started dating someone else, I automatically, hey, let's sit down, let's talk, let's meet each other because I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. I don't want it anymore. So like, I want her to know, hey, I'm here to help. If you have any questions or this is my kid. My kid's gonna be with you. Let's not have no problems because. You have some problem. You come for my kid. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
So
That's just mother.
I've done that. So I understand where you're coming from. You have to communicate.
Yeah.
Has to be communication there. Friend, Let's talk about your story.
Ooh,
my bad.
We're not gonna talk about all of them. We just gonna talk about one of them.
Not all of them.
we just gonna talk about one of them.
But wait, how many times you been engaged?
3.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What's your secret, girl?
Yeah. As my mother liked to say, stop making them men fall in love with you and you don't love them.
It's the
I
coochie.
can't
son.
not
It's
be
the
me.
coochie. She a Gemini.
Shut up, me too. Sorry to be saying shut up.
Not another Gemini. What you?
I'm a Leo.
I love Leos.
Okay.
I
Well,
love Leo.
One of my favorite cousins is a Leo. So
okay. Well, I'm a Capricorn.
good.
So big cats.
I
in
do
the
love
house.
Capricorns. I do.
Okay, Cap.
It's a nice table over here. We like that.
But no, so my situation was just, I felt like the engagement came out of, I want to save it because he knew I was getting tired.
Ooh.
Don't get me started on this story. But anyway, we're going to keep going.
So there's a lot of, and I've seen it, there's a lot of women who accept it just because they had been waiting so long for it. And just because you waited for it, for me, it was like, I already wasted this X amount of time. So I'm not finna waste no more time. Because I noticed that I feel like my ex was extremely narcissistic. And the engagement came for a fact of him trying to, what they call it, so I read these books, they call it a Hoover. So they do all these big extravagant gifts and everything once they do something bad to win you back in. And every single time they do it over and over again. I feel like the engagement was a Hoover technique. To go grand and propose at this restaurant and all this other stuff in front of all these other people so that I would have to
Say yeah.
say yes.
I would have been like, no, no,
Immediately no.
somebody save me.
Help.
But I also realized at that time that you didn't ever listen to me because I always told you that I wanted a private engagement.
I'm the
I
same.
listen.
Always told you that. I never once said do it publicly.
He didn't ask you
okay,
like
but
what
with
type
narcissists,
of,
it's never about you.
Yeah, it's always about them.
It's to make him look good.
Yeah, of
because
course.
I paid extra to get us this table on Valentine's Day
Why
and
you
this,
pay
that, and the
extra?
third. Because you didn't make a reservation. Because it was last minute. Because I had been asking you to go to this place since November for Valentine's Day. So the day of, you gotta slip the dude the extra $200 so we can get the table. Do you see what I'm saying? Because you didn't
Let me
plan.
ask you this: do you feel like the signs were there in the beginning with him?
Oh,
that he was-
absolutely.
Okay.
I went back and read my journals. I had literally written down every single thing that I knew in the beginning, like month 3 of us dating, that caused the entire relationship to end a year later.
So you were cognitive of what he was doing in the beginning.
And I was pushing past it, looking past it.
Okay.
I ignored the red flags.
Gotcha.
They
is
was
there a
there.
reason like you ignored them?
In hindsight, I feel like I ignored the red flags because I felt like I needed to get this next phase in my life done. I needed to get married now because everything else had happened in my 20s. So when that was going on, I was 35, 36. So I'm like, okay, I'm knocking at the door. I need to get this over. I need to get married. I need to have kids. I need to do this. And I'm going to miss this timeline.
And where did that pressure stem from?
Society. Society.
Would you say it's your family too? Sometimes.
Not as much my family.
I wouldn't say your family.
Yeah, my family ain't like that.
Okay.
They just like, okay, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
If
You
not,
don't, it don't.
we
Yeah.
still love you.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Yeah.
And plus, my family knows that I have always said since I was in my 20s, I'm not being nobody's baby mama. I'm not having kids till I'm married. And so
And that's okay.
nobody really asked me because when they used to ask me, they'll be like, when you having kids? When I have a husband.
Do I have a ring? Oh,
Did you come to a wedding? So the baby ain't coming. I'm not here.
As my baby said, ain't no baby. Ain't none.
So yeah, I would like to and this is another part of Aunties and Mimosas. If you guys haven't watched us, we would like to just be mentors to the younger generation to let them know that it's okay to tell a man no. Just because he do something publicly don't mean that you gotta go with it.
Yeah.
Like we already wear these scars and had these experiences, and we telling you from a place of we don't want you to hurt like that.
A place of love.
Yeah.
Like really like.
Even if I don't know you, I still love you as a human to not want you to
Because I don't
have
want
to
you
go
to
through
have
that.
to go through that heartbreak. There's other routes that you can take. If a man doing you wrong, then you don't have to sit there and put up with that.
Exactly.
Take heed and be like, you know what? I'm better than that. I'm more. My worth is more than that.
Yeah.
That's something that we really, really push. Really, really push.
But yeah, those throw it to catch it, throw up. What did I call it?
A Hoover? No.
No, they call it the that last ditch effort engagements.
Oh.
Run from them.
Oh yeah.
Run.
Especially if it's not the one that you envisioned for yourself.
Exactly.
Like, it just sounds like he didn't listen or cared to listen
Yeah,
to what you want.
want it in the first place. So yeah,
Yeah.
but that's my little experience.
Okay. So, question: would you date a man out of state or out of country?
Yes,
I have.
I have.
I would.
I have in the
Could do that.
past.
I'm curious. Let's see how this goes.
I'm okay with it because you don't have to be up under me all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm that type. Like I'll be like, okay, that's too much. That's you doing too much. Like you ain't gotta be up under my neck all the, like you don't have to do that. You ain't gotta come over every night. We don't have to do that. Like I'm that type. Out of country, I would say out of state. Out of country, I don't know.
Because out of
I've done
country,
both.
we have to like figure out who's moving where.
Yeah, like
Okay.
are you real?
Absolutely.
You
are you
trying to come over
scam
here?
me?
Yeah.
Like you need a green card.
Right.
What's going on?
Well, hopefully
like,
y'all would have met prior to, or is this?
I mean, it depends.
Yeah.
Because what if y'all met online?
Made online.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, most relationships these days do start online.
Yeah.
Because people ain't like meeting at church or the gas station no
they
more.
don't want to. They be scared. But you don't never know if they married, if they
I
got
don't think I want to
somebody.
meet a man at
like,
church.
I don't want a man from the church.
Hello.
I can tell you that much. I don't want that.
They don't be. They don't be
ain't-
right.
Right. I mean,
What that pastor say, y'all all want this musician. They got 5 women fighting over a musician and he with another man.
look. He with the drummer.
He was with the drummer, yeah.
My God, today.
Look, see, I can't do no church man though.
No,
That's
I'll
just-
pass.
I look at church men like my brother in Christ. Like I'm not finna. Now it's some fine ones. I ain't gonna lie. It's some fine ones at the church, but
Mine gonna sound bad, but I be feeling like men be in church to prey on women.
they do a lot of them.
And that's why I can't trust it. Like if you there just to
he be pretending like yes, Jesus.
right. And I'll
Stay in if you don't go sit down.
The good Lord, or are you there for me? Like, who are you here
He
for?
there for you.
Like,
And then another thing with typically what you find with church men is a lot of misogyny. And you have to deal with this type of indoctrination, like being instilled in them. This is their mindset. And I know one thing that I've experienced personally with the church is you will find that it is constantly drilled into the women. You need to prepare yourself for your husband. You need to be Proverbs 31 woman. You need to
your
do this.
Boaz.
Yes, and you need to please your husband. You need to make sure. I've even seen clips where you have a preacher that's like, if your husband is stepping out, you need to go ask that woman what she got going on.
absolutely, the fuck
No,
not.
ma'am. She can have him.
Half the
time
time
it ain't me.
rhetoric that goes
Yeah.
on. So it is like you constantly see where women are being,
It's all
pushed,
what we
and
need to
it's
do.
like you need to be a perfect wife, but you don't find that same energy
For the men.
for the men, and that causes a problem.
Yeah.
And so you dealing with these church men that have that type of mindset. You're dealing with the misogyny. What do you think is going to come of that?
Yeah.
And then when things get rough, what are they going to do? Open that Bible. What the Lord said right here. that you
I
should
wish
be
he
doing
would
this,
open
this, and
that Bible on me.
because people take the gospel, they take the Bible and they twist it to
Yeah.
their own interpretation.
Try to take it
to
literal.
benefit them.
I wish he would open that Bible on me. I'd be like, sir, I'm gonna hit you with this Bible. Because what? Not
what did
opening
Kendrick
the
Lamar
Bible.
say? I'm gonna beat you with the Bible.
Look, not you opening the Bible, but you done invited me to your house.
Like,
Right.
Sir.
Talking about, do I want a little Chardonnay?
Jesus drunk wine. He turned the water into wine. No, sir. I'm telling Pastor on you. I'm telling Pastor. That's all I'm saying.
I have dated out of the state and out of the country. First of all,
got all the stories. All the stories. She got all the stories.
I am going to experience life.
Hey, experience it. Ain't nobody mad at it.
Listen,
Ain't nobody
everybody else be
mad.
out here experiencing. Our experiences just look different.
And you only live once.
Yeah,
You gotta do it.
Mine just include a few more passport stamps. Than
That's okay. I'm not mad at it. Let me get some sound.
I'll be able to go. I personally actually prefer dating someone who lives a little bit further away from me.
What's further away?
About
A country. A country away.
Statewide, countrywide,
Yeah, I would do statewide,
countywide.
countrywide.
Okay.
Why is
I don't
that?
really want somebody who lives directly in the same city as me all the time. And the reason being is when I first, and this is just what works for me. When I first start building a relationship, I don't want it to be straight physical attraction. So it's easier for me, and this is just for me, to build a more platonic friendship connection where I ain't got to sit in your face every day.
Every day, yeah.
Because, and maybe I lack a little self-control around sexy black men. 'Cause
Hey.
I like black men.
Don't we all?
But I just feel like for me, it helps me build that friendship first. Because when we're talking and like either on the phone or getting to know each other, it feels like we're doing more friendship building than you focused on when I'm gonna come to your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't think that you can set those boundaries and those standards in the beginning and just stick to them? Like have that conversation. Hey, these are the things that I would like as we're getting to know each other. Here are my boundaries. You don't think you could implement that in the beginning?
Yes.
But it's
I
just
could,
hard.
but it's hard. Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
feel like
yeah.
go ahead. I feel like you could implement those, but it's the guy who doesn't like respect that.
So if he doesn't respect your boundaries, why keep him around?
Yeah, that part.
And
gotta
that's,
go.
that's
That
how
part is
you
true.
That's
Weed
how
him
you can
out.
keep it away. Yeah,
Yeah.
weed them out. But I feel like going with guys who are not in the same state, they put a little bit more effort into it because they're wanting to get to know you. They're wanting to, now if after 2 months, if he ain't like,
Caught a flight.
or sent some money or
for you to catch a
something,
flight.
then we could. What are we doing?
What are we doing? Like
What are we
after,
doing?
so let me preface that with, it's not, I'm finna be long distance dating for a whole year and never see you. That's not what I'm doing.
That's some catfish shit right there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Now, if he a trick, I love me a good trick.
That's your problem. That's her problem right there. Because when they spend the money, she be like, all right, I be like,
Turn the line.
that's a problem.
I love me a good trick.
Everybody got a vice, okay?
Nothing wrong with a good trick,
I love me a good trick. What about you, Miss Jazz? What you like?
Ooh, I like it.
You state, country,
I can do state.
underground.
Underground. Not underground.
We just asked. She said she do it all.
No, I could do state. Like I have dated somebody out of state, and I'm effort wise. Like you got to put the intention because like once we're saying we're going together, we're exclusive or whatever. I'm putting forth the effort to come see you. And there was a situation I had or a relationship I had. He wasn't, coming to see me as much or putting as much effort in to see me.
Catching them flights.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't finna just be me.
Yeah.
So funny. Like even, I think last year he hit me up again, circled back or trying to circle the block back. I'm like,
No block spinning.
I'm so
we don't spin
good.
a block for
I'm
him.
so good. And then he shaved his head and his head was like really big. And I'm like, oh no, I can't do that.
I thought you was.
I just
did
had
he got
to-
a beard.
No, he had nothing. I was like, why did you do that? I'm a little vain sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I said, do he got a beard? Because
He had no hair. I was like, why did you do that? And I'm just like, I can't even stand to look at you. But that's another story. So, but I could do somebody out of state. Shoot, I'm trying to date somebody in New York.
Okay, come on, New York. Do he got some money? No, don't
have
listen
some
to
heat.
me.
No,
don't listen.
I'm telling you, don't listen to
Important question.
Important questions because
He got two living out there.
if he can't afford a hamburger, then sis, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
It's some of them that can't afford it.
afford a hamburger.
You'd be surprised.
Because he needs to straighten out his priorities. You don't need to be dating
At all.
You'd be surprised.
Like, you need to be at work working overtime.
I
Yeah.
had one.
All day hours.
I had one's mama ask me for some money.
Oh my God.
And
His
did
mama.
His
How
mom.
much
Why
she
your
asked
mo-
for?
First $500.
$700.
And then the second one was $800.
Yeah, what it was.
That's not even a.
You asked me 2 times.
She ain't asked for 100. She want 800.
$500 US dollars the first
USD.
You heard me?
first time. And then the second time, I was like, a second time? Do I look like I got that much money just to give to you?
My goodness.
$800.
Be like, your son ain't hitting that good now. Shit.
He ain't doing that. I'm just saying.
I ain't had that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't had nobody mama ask me for no money neither.
Mama. He didn't even ask. It was the mama. God dog.
She went
hyped
around
you
the
up to
way.
mom. He let the mom know she got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got
I
it.
did have it, but it wasn't for her.
Yeah.
It wasn't for her.
No, man.
I got it.
But you ain't gonna get it.
$500 then $800? Ooh, no man.
I got it.
Speaking of money, we gonna talk about this because this made me mad a little bit.
Let's
talk about it.
Because everybody is always pandering towards black women. They charging $10,000 for these dating coaches.
Yeah. Was that
Y'all seen?
Anwar?
I seen
I be
Anwar,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a call with Anwar.
You did? How did it go?
And he told me that I wasn't ready.
He said he does deny people. I was watching the interview.
Yeah, he
earlier this
told me
week.
I wasn't ready. And when I was ready to come back, I was like, okay. Because
What
I
is
remember it was
ready?
like 2 years ago.
Yeah, what is ready?
He said that when you're not ready, you have like some inner work that you need to do. Like you have
You're
some
gonna have
traumas
work
that you
all
need
the time, though.
I guess,
Like,
but
you
these
don't
are
work-
major blockers that would,
yeah.
impact your dating life and your dating experience. If you were to find the right guy, you wouldn't even be ready, based on how he explained.
Yeah,
it.
Oh, that makes sense.
But he told me I was not ready. He asked me a list of questions and everything because I called him like right when he first came out on on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I called him and he was like, "You're not ready. You need to fix whatever is on the inside of you." Because I was like, "I got this on my list," and he was like, "No, you're not ready."
What is his rubric?
I wonder.
Would you have paid the $10K if he said you was ready? Oh,
But did we know the price? Or do he hit
No,
you
I
with that
didn't
in
know
the
the
end?
price. I didn't know the price, but I think he got different prices.
tears.
Yeah, like different tiers and stuff like that. But I probably wouldn't have paid it.
Would y'all, or I guess, hire a dating coach in general, or like a
I'm a
relationship
dating
coach?
Go get off the gas.
I'm the dating coach.
I don't think I would hire a dating coach because if a person is like a covert narcissist, they can fool anybody,
Yeah,
including that dating coach.
including that dating coach.
So I just wasted my money and still ended up in the same situation.
Yeah.
I would go on a dating show.
My
Like Pop
godmother
the
told me to
Balloon?
hire a dating coach. I don't know.
I sure would go on Pop the Balloon. I sure would.
I feel like I would be
Somebody want to put me on
terrified
there?
to do
I will
that.
surely go.
You know they got a show on Netflix now.
Oh yeah, Yvonne is hosting.
Yeah.
What is Yvonne?
Yvonne Orgy.
Who was that?
I read her book.
Yeah.
Her book was really good. I read it on audiobook on Spotify. It was free though.
I would surely go.
But
Somebody
yeah.
want to put me on there? I will go.
Would you be one of the people holding the balloon, or would you be like the?
I would be the
main?
dater.
Oh, okay.
She want to pop. She popping everybody.
No, I
This
know.
girl, she popping everybody.
I'm
That's why Anwar told her she wanted. I would tell him I'm her friend. She wouldn't. She might be ready now. 2 years ago.
But we're ever evolving.
2 years ago.
so-
Nah,
2 years ago. Maybe right now, but 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I'd be like, "Sir, why does your teeth look like that?" I'm still like that, but,
But
yeah, I'm
yeah.
a little bit better now.
okay. Anyway, y'all, we about to use up all 2 of these hours today.
Okay, that's okay. What's some dating no-nos for y'all?
Dating no-nos.
The first time I catch you in a lie, you over with.
Oh yeah, that lie's over.
I don't care if it's
depends on the
have
lie.
one.
Nope. I don't care if it's
It depends
little.
on
You
the
could
lie.
lie about where you went after work. If you lie about something small, you're gonna lie about something big.
It's true.
Mine is
I'm sorry.
being inconsiderate. That is big for me, and I just experienced that.
Oh, how so? Give us a little example.
Yeah, so
tidbit.
I met this older gentleman on my daily walk.
Sugar daddy.
Old.
I thought he was gonna be, but he
How old? How much older than?
he was like 55. You know, he was a nice looking man.
That's like 20-some years old.
I was like, okay, we can be friends. We'd be cool.
Oh, we can be more than friends.
Now, I mean, it could have got there, but he fucked it up.
From being inconsiderate.
Inconsiderate.
Okay.
So, serious note. So we met on a walking trail. I go to this specific trail every couple of days, and we met. We walked. We did like 4 miles together, or whatever. And then he was like, "I would love to invite you out, you know, for drinks and whatnot." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And it was that weekend. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, and I had a my mom had an emergency, a health emergency, so I had to basically cancel our date, unfortunately. But I was just like, hopefully we can reschedule. I got to go check on my mom and, you know, see what's going on.
Yeah, because my mama matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She come first.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, what did the kid say? Who is he?
Right. Yes, my point exactly.
Okay.
And he texts me. He was like, okay, you know, hope everything's good with your mom and whatnot. And then like 20 minutes later, he was like, can I get a picture?
Of what? My mom?
Me. He wanted a picture of me. And I was like, what do you mean? Actually, I didn't even text back because I was just so wrapped up in my mom. It's like making sure she was good. I'm like, you know what? I can't address this because if I do, I'm going to pop off on you.
Yeah.
I feel you. Cause
Did he specifically ask for a picture of you? Did he say, can I have a picture of you?
He said, can I have a picture?
Because I would have took a picture of the wall
You.
or the hospital bed.
And I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to leave this alone. And then the next day he followed up. He was like, hope your mom's okay and whatnot. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Just trying to, you know, push past the bullshit. He just texted me, trying to be nice. And then he was just like, oh, no, I asked him, I was like, you know, how was your weekend and whatnot? He was like, oh, I just chilled, you know, inside, drank some wine, just generic conversation. And then he doubled down. He was like, I was hoping you would surprise me with a picture of you. And I was just like,
why
are you
people
fucking
always
serious?
want pictures?
He's seen me. He's seen me.
do you not believe it's me?
We walked 4 miles together. Like
what you need?
We worked out. You've seen me.
What you need a picture of?
What do you want? Like, what are you gonna do with this picture? And I know
what you gonna do with it.
I was like, you want a picture to jack off to or something?
I don't want to think. But yeah, I was just like, I'd never sent him the picture, and I just told him, and this is how I know I've grown. I'm like, you know what? This is very distasteful of you, and I'm disappointed in your reaction because
I'm disappointed for that.
And
Too fucking old.
Yeah. And he was just like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. I can be a big baby sometimes. I was like, you know what? And I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
Because
And
who
I just
finna
left
hold
it at
you?
that.
Finna rock
I need a
you?
grown man. Sir.
Very grown.
You are almost 60. Get out of my face.
Please.
Closer to 60 than 30.
Right.
Get
I was
out of
just
my
like-
Go sit down, sir.
And I can't stand you have to be considerate for me to even care.
Yeah.
Because if you're inconsiderate now with situations like this,
My mom is sick.
my mom has some
come
issues.
on.
I'm trying to figure that out. And you want a picture of me for fucking what? For what?
I would have been like,
I'd have been like, you go to Instagram.
You want to go look? You can go to my
You better click that bitch and download it. I don't know what to see.
videos on the Instagram. You can go look at that.
Yeah.
Sir, come on.
Follow me, actually. Get my follower count.
Like,
up.
With yourself. Make yourself
TikTok,
work.
Facebook.
Like,
all
damn.
this. Like, sir,
I
what?
was just like, this is that's what I'm dealing with as far as dating. So,
Ooh.
but I got stories. But
It's the pictures for me, too.
yeah,
Like, what you need a picture for every day?
I don't get it. I do not understand
I
what
look
it
the
is with
same
the
as
men and
yesterday and
pictures, especially if you've seen me.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Well, men
Live
are
in
vis-
person.
You have to
In
think
person,
about
like-
it, though. Men are visual creatures, so they like what they see.
Yeah,
And so if you do
I can
some-
see
you know,
that if we've
you
been dating,
do something every
you know.
day, then it's like, oh, okay, this is what she looks like today. Great, you know. But I don't know. You gotta have one every day.
every day.
I'm gonna take some pictures in different outfits and just send them out. Like,
No, ma'am. I'm not even doing all that.
I ain't doing all that.
I'm gonna send them out. Or you can get some old ones. Because I'm a picture taker. I love taking pictures. I take a picture every day.
Yeah, but I'm like, why do
I
you
don't
need
like
one?
sending them. I'll tell a
don't.
man really quick. I don't send pictures.
No.
If you want to see me in person.
Come see me.
You can book this date.
You can plan a date. We can hop on
Maybe I need to
FaceTime.
step
Whatever.
mine up a little
I
bit.
have
We can
no
see each
nerves.
other in
I will
person.
talk to you on FaceTime.
We can
But I'm not
FaceTime.
finna.
I'm not finna keep sending.
I'm with you on that.
Maybe I need to step mine up a little bit then. Because I'll send you a picture in a minute.
I'm not
I'm gonna give you a hard time because why do you want one? Like, what are you gonna do with this?
Especially if we met in person. And then
See,
don't-
this is not
and
even-
if you got my social media, you're on my Instagram.
You have access to a wealth of pictures,
Of pictures.
videos.
Because I'm going to take them pictures. I'm going to take them videos. It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be a picture of my nail. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it because I like taking pictures. That's just me, though. I always have a camera in my hand. Like, I love taking pictures.
Yeah.
So I don't mind. But every day you got to ask for one.
No.
Don't ask me. Don't ask. Don't ask.
I feel like if you have to ask,
Because I'm gonna tell you this about women.
it's just
When we look good, we gonna send a picture.
Oh, we going to pop
Everybody's
out.
gonna see
we
it.
gonna send
What
it.
Glorilla said? Look,
Just send my nigga 5 attachments. Send him 55. You heard me?
You want to see it. You
I'm
wanna see
gonna
this.
have a video spinning around. I'm gonna show the shoe, everything, like everything.
I'm gonna do the get ready with me. All of that.
All of that.
Yes.
Look, see.
So just make sure that you act good enough to be on the list for when we ready to send it out.
Okay.
You gonna get
It's
it.
really very simple.
It's very simple.
Very
Act
simple.
right.
They make it so hard.
Act right, and you'll be on the list to get it.
Right.
I ain't gonna
You be the
lie.
first
What's wrong
one.
with that?
I'm gonna send it to a few of them
You single. Hey.
You, as they say, you single till you married.
till you're married.
Thank you.
Hello.
What are y'all's opinions on dating apps?
I've
I
done
think they're
them.
the pits. I think they are the pits. I think the dating apps are full of bottom feeders.
Ooh,
Come on, bottom
They
feeder.
the catfish.
Yes.
Literally the catfish.
I think, of course, you always have the exceptions to the rules.
Of course.
Because we all know somebody that met their person off of a
Oh,
dating app.
yeah.
But that is not the majority.
It's like 1 in
Yeah.
1,000.
No, it's
1
not.
million.
I feel like these apps allow people to be somebody that they're not. And I believe that these apps give people access to more people than they should have access to.
Because
And that causes a problem. It gives the perception that you have more options than what you really do.
Because you know,
you're not in the same area,
not in the same league
like,
as me.
it's like who was I talking to? I was like, it's crazy how when you break up with somebody and you never see them again.
Yeah.
Because they was never in your league in the first place.
yeah.
I ain't never ran across you at a restaurant
That is
I've
a
been to.
good
I ain't never
point.
went to like a social event that you was
Yeah.
there because the only reason why you were there is because you were with me.
That's a good.
But what about the men that you see all the time? You be like, okay, he do like some of the same stuff that I do. He be, this, that, and the third. Like we in the same league, and you be looking at him like, damn, fine. But
He never
he don't
approached you.
Yeah, never
'Cause he don't
approach
want you. If a man,
Well, damn.
not you, not you. Like I just meant like a man. He don't hurt my little feelings. He don't want you at all. I'm tell you, I got enough friends that are men to know that when a man wants you, he gonna be
make
like,
it known.
hey,
But some men are intimidated by you.
no, they gonna try to be your friend. They
So
gon-
wait, so do you guys think that women should approach men if you're interested?
I have. I'm okay
will.
with it.
I
Do you think
will.
that
I'm a little
works out
shy
in your
about
favor?
that.
It could because some men are shy, and
It's hit or miss.
I feel like it's okay.
I'm trying to do
it is
more
okay.
of it,
But-
without being like.
You don't want to feel
thirsty.
thirsty though or
Yeah.
cringy.
Right.
I understand that. So it's like real. It's almost like real surgical. You got to be real careful. You can't do it to everybody.
Yeah.
Not to everybody.
Because there are certain men that if you try it that with, they're gonna try to put you on blast.
I
But
wish
you got to know a
would.
man that have enough self-respect in himself to be like, all right, I can try to approach this
I've
type
never
of
really
person.
approached a man. I've always
I
been
will.
approached, not to like, be weird or anything, but I guess I've never been given the chance to approach first. And I don't even know how I would even do that.
Yeah, because my flirting with a guy is I'm gonna automatically compliment something that you have. Something that you have on, your beard, your cologne, something.
I'm just gonna start
To-
talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how I would initiate the conversation.
I do, like, if I'm meeting people in general, I do compliment them on something like, oh, I really love your sweater, or those earrings you have on are really nice. And it just kind of warms them up, you know, instead of just being like,
hey, how you doing?
Not me. I'm gonna be like,
what's your phone number?
Friend,
You got a girlfriend?
Why is you doing this? Like, we don't do that. I'm gonna try and make him laugh.
yeah.
That's where I'm gonna try and get
Oh, you
him.
gonna
If
laugh
he-
the drawers off.
Laughing right about the box of briefs.
right a box of briefs. If he laughs, I got
He
you.
go.
I got you.
Lord, if he laughs,
If I see you at the grocery store, I'm be like, have you ever tried these chips before? Got you.
Oh, you know, I'm gonna try that next time.
that is a good one. That's a good one. Now.
What do you think about these chips?
Yeah, I got you. I got
Try
you.
that. And I'm gonna tell you.
Might be you.
Oh. Do you like to be in the shelf or in the freezer? I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I got little things. Okay. Last one, y'all. Last one. Is it a no for single fathers?
I've dated a single father. I wouldn't say no, but the child does have to be like 6 and up. Like, after the experience that I had with said single father, she got to be 6 and up. It wasn't the child's issue. Like, the child was totally cool. But I think when the child is like a little bit older and the parents are, of course, separated, they've already established like their co-parenting style and their routine. The baby ain't fresh, you know.
Look.
Because they will do that. They will try to come to you with a fresh baby. I'm like, no, go raise your family and get out of my face.
Yeah.
So it's not a no, but it's not my preferred, you know, man to date. I would like to date somebody that doesn't have children just yet. Just, you know, to see where or how that experience can be, because I don't have any kids right now.
Right.
What about you?
I would not say it's an automatic no. What would determine if I talk to him would be how old the child is and how many kids does he have.
Oh, how many?
Oh, yeah, then how many?
Is a
How
big
many?
thing.
Because with me not having
Any.
can't
That's
do
it.
too much, you know. So
'Cause
that would determine that.
I understand it because for the longest, so I'll be 39 in May. So for the longest, I was like, no kids, period. Because I don't have kids. So I was like, I don't want to help raise nobody else's kids.
But that's hard to find nowadays
And that is-
at our age.
And so that's where I rethought that, because the men that don't have any kids by now are actually the worst ones.
Something
Why do you
wrong.
say that?
Something wrong.
Why do you say that?
Because they have an inflated self-ego. Because they feel like they're of higher value
They feel
than
like
what
they
they
the
really
prize.
are. It's what I've personally run across is they feel like they're the prize because now you want my seed.
Yeah, you. ain't
But
got
first
no
of all, you
kids.
went this long with no kids. What your seed don't work.
Because those are real issues.
So that's how I feel. Because
you have
I went
erectile
to the
dysfunction?
clinic
Are you
and
impotent?
I've had hormones checked, all that kind of stuff. I even froze my eggs just as a precaution.
I do want to try one.
So
though, not
it's
gonna lie.
like I know where I stand as far as like fertility is. Most men ain't gonna go get that checked.
No, they're not.
And it do be they fault half
Do
the
you
time.
guys
Yeah.
believe that a man could ever be the prize?
No,
Never?
the man is
What
the
is he the prize for?
No.
Can we mutually
What prize is he?
I mean, he might feel like he the prize.
I don't agree with that because a man who feels like he's a prize,
He's sassy.
there is a
He's
sassy man
sassy as
apocalypse
hell.
around here.
Like,
But can we
what?
both be like mutually
We
like
both-
we think we're the shit and we're both
That
when we're
part, it's like
together,
we both
we're
have
like,
self-respect
But I
and we
need him-
respect each other.
I
What
need
if
him
he
to.
feels like he's the hot commodity, right? Okay. So let me set the scene.
Set it then.
Set it.
You gotta set that scene, girl, because I'm not feeling it.
Okay, so you have a well-educated, very attractive man,
Okay.
with a very lucrative career. He's in that top 1%. Let's just say he's bringing in maybe at minimum like $400 a year. No kids. Very attractive.
What's wrong with him?
He about 6'5".
What's wrong with him?
He just hasn't met his lady yet.
he sounds
got
like
a
one of my
little
book boys.
No, but he
The dick don't work. It don't work.
Is he a serial killer?
No,
He's a
it
sociopath.
don't work.
Something is wrong with this.
He got ED. He got ED because baby, something is wrong. You got all this money and ain't nobody.
He has options, but he just has
But
to find
ain't
anybody he
nobody said, you know what? I'm finna trap this. Like, ain't
Not even a trap.
You can avoid being trapped.
You can.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
With
You
that
in
man-
the top 1%, and you ain't got nobody.
How's his
Something
family
is
life?
wrong.
Like, is he close to his
He
family?
grew up in a 2-parent household.
Something is wrong.
There is very minimum wrong with this man. Would he not be a prize? I'm just playing devil's advocate. Would he not be a prize?
I don't
Something
think so.
is wrong.
But there's nothing you can identify that's wrong with him.
Right. Okay. Because we'll need to touch on that. Like, why?
Something's wrong. This
there need to
fool
be
might
something
have
wrong,
like
I guess,
a porn
with him?
addiction.
And it doesn't have to be anything wrong. I don't feel that the men are the prize because we are the women. First of all, men were made to be providers.
Were
And
they?
not just
Were they really?
They were.
Were they?
They were.
Then why is it so difficult for them to provide
Because
today?
they ain't got no money.
No.
Well, I think it's the rhetoric too, like
It
the
is
narratives
how
that are going on.
society has flipped the script these days. It's not. We don't live the way that we were meant to live as humans, period. We're not meant to work 40-hour work weeks.
Come on
We're
now.
No, I'm not.
Like the way that life is structured right now, that's not
It's
what's
all
meant.
wrong.
It's not, yeah.
So when
My
I
lady
say that
Alicia.
a man is meant to be a provider, I'm not saying that he's meant to just do nothing but provide money.
Yeah.
Men have to provide spiritual support, emotional support, and know how to take care of a household.
Yeah.
These, I don't want to explain, I'm gonna sound real bad, but the way that society has made it, they have, I want to say, demasculated men these days.
Or have they dismasculated themselves?
No, they haven't, because
You
it's what
sure?
is pushed out there.
You sure?
The media is doing it.
You sure? Because half of these men don't want to work. Half of these men don't want to do the things that a man is supposed to do. Like, I don't want no man to just sit at home all day and play video games. I don't want that.
I ain't personally met none of them, and I'm a girl gamer, and all of them, the dudes that I play games
some of
with
them out there.
go to work and come home and like carve out X amount of time to
It's
play
some of
video,
them out there, though. I'm not
just
saying-
like I do.
So what you're saying society has?
Yeah, society has flipped everything on its head since the invention of credit in the 80s and allowing people to live above their means.
Do you think it's the credit, or do you think it's the whole woman act of I can do this by myself? I don't need a man. Because when
I'm
a
not
man
saying that we got to go back to the days where women couldn't do anything. Because I've worked in banks and there's women who their name not even on the account. They're just Mrs. James Brown. They don't have no name. They don't have nothing. Their husband dies. They come in. They don't even know how to write a check.
But
I guess I'm trying to understand, what are you saying the society did exactly to cause this problem? Like, what are you saying that they did?
So I feel like it's kind of multi-pronged.
Mm-hmm.
One thing for us as Black people, I feel like they have criminalized anything that a Black man does. And they've also sent it to where no matter how this person tries to survive, they're going to make it to where if it's just like if a white guy gets caught selling the same amount of drugs as a black guy, the black guy going to get the longer sentence because it's systemic racism.
I can see that. But as far as like society and men, like I don't feel like society has a big change on it. I just feel like a lot of men just don't do what they want to do because they feel like, oh, well, I'm intimidated by this woman because she has a degree, or she feels like I can make the money, so I don't need a man. So I feel like a lot of these men are just here.
So are women too strong?
Yes, I feel like a lot of women are a little bit too strong because back in the day, women weren't as strong and men
But that's
were
because we couldn't do anything. Like legally on paper, we couldn't do nothing.
You can't. You can't if you're. It's just a very delicate balance, especially with conversations like these. It's just like, okay, it's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Exactly.
If I'm too strong, I'm going to scare away the potential man that wants me. But if I'm too weak per se, I'm not going to get, I guess, the man that I want or the life that I want.
Some man
or
that
I'll get something who wants to control me.
Exactly.
Or some, crazy shit like that. But I think at this point, and, with just what's happening, all over the country and all over the world and whatnot, it's just a very delicate balance of trying to figure out, like, what the fuck do you even want in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you even want to live your life? And are you going to go about, getting said man or getting said woman?
And what works for you? Because
what works for you?
Don't
Yeah.
work for everybody.
Work for everybody.
Because
You have to figure it
traditional,
out. Yeah.
I don't come from a traditional household.
Yeah.
I mean, now I do, but I grew up with a single parent, or my mom was single, dad remarried, and now I'm in a 2-parent household. But maybe the guy that I'm with didn't come from a single parent household.
And that takes a lot too. You have to understand that, like, because he might grow up this way, you grow up this way. You barking at him while you trying to talk, and he trying to tell you, like, you don't have to talk to me like that. And it's a balance.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people go from these extremes, like, you have to be this all the time, you have to be this all the time. And I hate to say this term, the 50-50, but there's just no such thing. I've witnessed with my own parents, even with my dad, like, he may fall short here, but my stepmom will come in and she
got it.
She tells me, like, I'm his helpmate, and like, I'll come in and do what I got to do here to make sure that we're back on balance, make sure that we're equally functioning properly.
Because it doesn't matter. Like, 50-50 is just a scam to me. I think, like, it doesn't matter if your husband is paying all these bills. What you doing with your money? You ain't helping. You're not helping with the food. You're not helping vacation fund. You ain't. What are you doing with your money? You pocketing so you can leave him? Like,
you got to contribute to the family household.
You got to contribute.
Because it's still a
You don't think so? That's your money?
No.
Man,
I don't know if I agree that it's not a real thing, because if you flip that and you were the one paying all the bills, it would be a thing then, because it's like, I'm the woman, I'm not going to be paying all the bills. Like,
I wouldn't look at it like that, though, because if my husband lost his job and he was the breadwinner at that time, and I got to come in and take the money, take over everything, then I'm going to make sure, I want my husband to be like, okay, I know you taking care of the bills, but I'm going to come back and, take care of everything. Then that way, the little money that I'm making, I can contribute to the food, or I can contribute to, like, what he doing keeping all his money. I will punch him in his face.
But I'm saying,
that's a temporary situation. We're talking about
long term.
Norm.
Yeah.
The norm. What if the norm was that you pay all the bills?
So I know somebody in a relationship like that.
I don't know if I can do that.
If that works,
she
for
makes
you,
$300,000 a year, and her husband probably make like 60, and he is a stay-at-home dad and took care of the 2 kids and did all of that. But that's what worked for them. And they've been married almost 30 years, and they is happy. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but that's their life. And
but
that's
most men don't look at it like that.
Yeah.
They look at it as, oh, she taking care of everything, then I ain't got to do nothing. But
they got some issues that they need to work out
Yeah.
or figure out, because why are you with this person in the first place?
You have to contribute something.
You have to. You
it's
can't be a
not
grown
always-
person and not contribute to
But
them.
we have to understand that it's not always money. And that's what everybody put on there is
that
money.
is what I wanted to
It's
add.
the most tangible thing.
You have the 50-50 conversation going on, but I think it is quite obvious that nothing is ever 50-50, right? Especially if you bring children into the mix. Because if you have a man, let's just say that he is paying all the bills. Let's just say the woman's not contributing financially. She is contributing when you have those children, because especially when you have an infant, they don't want daddy. The infant is attached to mommy, especially if you're like breastfeeding and all that.
Yeah.
It ain't too much that man really can do with the kid. She is contributing in a multitude of ways. I think the issue comes in where, and I have this discussion with my friends all the time, the issue comes in when we're going to do 50-50. Well, if we're going to split things down the middle financially, let's do it in all areas. Let's do it in all aspects, right? I'm going to cook, you're going to cook.
Yeah.
You're going to clean, I'm going to clean.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the kids this week, you get the kids next week. Where the gap and the problem comes in is when those other areas outside of the finances
still fall on the woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, I feel you.
think that is,
I feel
that
you.
is where the
I agree.
Sure, the
frustration
household is
100%.
flowing and whatnot. Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Because
you're not
the
gonna get all
women
this
who were
coochie
running
100% time.
God damn. God damn.
Get it
Whoever
all
came up with the 50-50, I just want to have
It's
a talk.
plaguing the black community. My
Ain't it?
God.
Because they be like, no, you gonna pay half of this bill. It's $1,000. You gonna pay your $500. Well, what if I ain't got $500 today?
See what I'm saying?
Like,
So the
but
bill
I'm
not
over
gonna
here.
get paid?
Is
Is that what you telling me?
But I'm over here
They gonna do a
cooking
payment
and
plan.
cleaning. That's money too. Time is money.
And those are conversations that like
People need to
have, and they don't want to have those conversations.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, that's a part of
Hard
actual
conversations.
relationships. Yeah,
Yeah.
Those
that's a
have
part
to be
of
had.
relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
And not people don't want to have those.
I don't know which one I hate worse, the 50-50 or the whole submissive.
Oh,
Baby,
I hate the submissive most because
I've been
boy,
hearing that
fuck you
since I
and
was
your
like
mama.
17.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not.
But no.
My first boyfriend was like, "You're not being submissive."
And
I was
what's
like,
submissive?
What?
What's submissive, sir?
I'd be like, your mama settled for your daddy.
17, bro.
Chill
Like,
out.
what do you want
Get
from
out
me?
See, I don't like that. Don't talk to me like that. I'm sorry. Then I get a little aggressive.
And you can be submissive, but there's different ways. Like I'm not fixing to sit here and bow down to you because you are not a king. Like, sir, no, sir. Have several seats. I will be submissive though. I'm not gonna talk back. I'll be okay.
I think
I'm
people
not-
confuse submissive with respect.
Mm-hmm.
You got to respect your spouse no matter what.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to the person that I'm slightly dating.
Come on, wait. I didn't even know about this. Wait, we gonna talk off cameras. We gonna talk off camera.
We're going to talk about that later.
Listen, I know
And
everything.
I literally was like, you could be
holding out.
You could be dead wrong in public, and I'm gonna have your back. But when we get home, I'm gonna be like, babe,
You
you're wrong.
Yeah.
Baby,
But ain't nobody gonna see me in public disrespect
look at
him,
you
or
like-
you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to give nobody else any ammunition,
Yeah.
or I'm not finna just make him feel less than a man anyway. So
But you're not gonna disrespect
that's
me in
respect,
public.
not submissive though.
You're not gonna disrespect me in public.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Because we'll have a problem.
no, not I'm not me disrespecting me. I
No,
was
I'm
just saying the situation was wrong.
I'm just saying. All right, y'all. We need to move on down.
Yeah, because we got 3 minutes, y'all.
I love it.
All right, y'all. So this week's Aunties Friends business is Lionheart Fitness. Get everyone ready for their summer bodies and a Christmas PJs. Come on. You can find them on Lionheart Fitness DFW on IG. Sorry. They got some good prices and good deals. So make sure y'all hit them up. Ladies, where can we find y'all at? If the followers or listeners, viewers want to look for y'all, where can they find y'all? I'm sorry, I've been drinking. I'm over here stumbling over my
drink
words.
is good.
This was a really good drink.
Tasty drink.
Where can they find y'all at?
You can find me at Spooky Lou Styles on Instagram, and that is at SPOOKIELOO Styles STYLES. I know that's long.
Okay, spooky. All right, Miss Teigen, where can we find y'all at?
You guys can find me on Instagram at watch_me_MII, or you can find me on TikTok underneath Teigen Talks.
Okay,
All right,
sounds
Teigen Talks.
good. Don't forget, y'all can find us on all Instagrams at Aunties and
All socials.
It's a drink. It's a drink.
You can find us on all social media platforms at Aunties and Mimosas _podcast.
All the
And don't
Instagrams.
forget that we got all of our merch. We got the Aunties
cute.
and t-shirts,
Very
mimosas,
I love that.
please. And
goes
we
with
also
our drink
have our drink book. You can get all of our curated drinks in the book. So make sure y'all hit us up. And y'all, next week's show, we got
a show next week, so make sure you tune in.
I don't know how to say his name. All right. I don't know how to say his name. But make sure y'all hit us up. And I think that's the end of this show.
That's the end of this show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank y'all for coming.